Hey guys, Hello Bella here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 7 things I learned during my first week of sobriety. So this is crazy, but I can't believe it's already been 7 days. Today is actually day 8 of my 30-day sober challenge that I'm giving myself. If you guys have heard of a particular book called This Naked Mind, there is a 30-day alcohol-free challenge that she encourages a lot of people to do. So yeah, I just want to go over 7 things that I learned literally in my first 7 days of being alcohol-free. Now, I will say that I'm not going to say that I'm never going to drink again, but I will say that this is an experiment for me because it has helped me realize a lot of my patterns around alcohol. So the first thing I learned was that I have an addictive personality. So I'm apparently addicted to everything that I do. If I am doing something in business, I'm usually addicted to that. If I am doing something fitness-wise, I'm doing that all the time. Even down to my relationships, I typically get into things pretty quickly and I get out of things as quickly as I get into them. So once a thing is no longer interesting to me, it seems like I jump into the next shining object. So I have definitely learned that I have an addictive personality type. And I know that this is sort of hereditary. A lot of people who are alcoholics have alcoholic family members, and they have alcoholic aunts and uncles and cousins and moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas. So I think that it is weaved into our DNA to some extent. The second thing I learned is that alcohol has worked its way into a lot of different areas of my life, down to even when I go to eat. I typically like to go out to eat a lot, and I would always have a couple of drinks with my meals. So down to that and down to social events, I can't really tell you the last time I've gone to a social event that didn't involve alcohol on some level. And if it did not involve alcohol, I usually would bring my own alcohol to it or drink before, or have plans to drink after. So you can see that alcohol is sort of something that is constantly there. I know, for instance, I went to a play not too long ago and I had drinks before the play, and I even got up in the middle of the intermission of the play to go get another drink, and then after the play I got drunk. So not saying this is a colossal life mistake. I'm just saying this is something that has sort of become a pattern for me. And I think that alcohol is a social thing. It's something that is marketed to us to where, oh, if you're drinking, you're having fun. And if you're not drinking, you're just boring. So I think that this is something that I have really seen it sneak up into many areas of my life that I would rather not have it in. The third thing that I learned was basically that I enjoy the feeling of waking up and not wondering what I did. And this is something that has really been weird. Honestly, the last couple of mornings I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm just in my bed, like, because I didn't get drunk last night. And I'm not hungover because I didn't get drunk last night. And my bank account isn't lower because I didn't get drunk last night. And my car isn't downtown because I didn't get drunk last night. See, I would always leave my car downtown. That way I would take a cab from my I would drive myself to the bar, get plastered, take a cab back home, and then have a friend come and pick me up in the next morning to take me back to get my car. So it's kind of that morning drive of shame on the nights that I would go out and get drunk. So I don't have to go get my car anymore, guys, and I don't even have to spend money on a cab to get home because I'm not going out and getting drunk. The fourth thing that I learned is that I was spending a lot of money on alcohol and alcohol-related things. Alcohol-related things being the cab and buying drinks for other people and all the things that I would buy when I was drunk, like playing songs on the jukebox or just things of that nature. And I was spending around $300 to $400 a month on alcohol, which is a lot of money. I don't even know, like probably a couple $1,000s a year, honestly. So, yeah. The fifth thing that I learned was that I don't really like the people that I was drinking with. This was kind of sad, but also I don't know why I was surprised by it, because those people don't do anything except for drink every single day. Now, I'm not an everyday drinker. I was just a binge drinker. So when I drank, I would drink to excess. Like, I can't just have 1 or 2 drinks and go home. If I drank, I was going to get blackout drunk. I was going to have a good time. I was going to go as long as I could for as long as I could until everything closed down, and then I would go home. So I think that, honestly, being around those types of people and in that type of environment is never going to be productive. You're never going to really meet anyone there who is going to be able to help you in life. Now, everyone there is super friendly and really sweet and some good people, but at the same time, they're not really the kind of social circle that you would really want to surround yourself with if you were trying to get a leg up in life. So unfortunately, I kind of learned that I did not care for them when I was sober. So that is sort of sad, but anybody who has drank a lot and had their social circle revolve around drinking and stopped drinking, they probably know that once you stop, it's very difficult to relate to those people anymore, because really the only glue that holds you all together is the alcohol. The sixth thing I learned was that drinking actually just made me more depressed, and it made me sad because I would feel bad about drinking. So there was this guilt shame cycle of, why did I drink so much? Gosh, I'm a piece of garbage. Oh, let me get through this day. Afternoon comes, I forget about why I drank so much. I get ready to have another drink. So I would have this whole cycle where I would feel bad about myself. Then I'd feel sorry for myself. Then I would feel lonely. And the alcohol just wasn't helping. I mean, I'm still lonely and I'm still sometimes depressed, but even after 8 days, I'm kind of like, why were you doing this to yourself? This was like so unnecessary. So that brings me to my seventh point that I want to tell you about that I've learned in the couple days of sobriety that I've had, is that I have really got to find something in my life that I enjoy besides drinking. So I have sort of seen myself spiral, and I don't like where it was going. So I sort of picked myself up pretty quickly and got out of that spiral. And I don't know if I'm an alcoholic. I've wondered this a lot of times, but at the same time, I don't do anything super destructive. But I do have a tendency to want to drink more than most people and more frequently than most people. So I think at the end of the day, I think this 30-day challenge will be really, really useful for me, because today is day 8. And I could see myself, if I did not stay with this challenge, I could see myself definitely just drinking in excess. Just because there's no one really policing me. And I know a lot of alcoholics probably hide their alcoholism from their family and their friends and their obligations, but I'm self-employed and I live alone. So there's nobody who's ever gonna have to hold me accountable except for me. So I can literally drink as much or as little as I want. So these are really the 7 things that I learned in my first week of sobriety. Now, I do think that this is something that everybody has to experience on their own. Each journey is going to be different. Now, I did not have any real withdrawal symptoms other than my habits making me want to drink, but I didn't have any physical withdrawal symptoms because I just don't drink that much. However, if you are having withdrawal symptoms, you should really talk to a doctor or see someone before you decide to just quit cold turkey, because it is really dangerous. Alcohol withdrawal is a very serious thing, so just be very careful with that. I also wanted to ask you guys if you have ever done an alcohol or dry January, or basically a sober challenge, because this 30 days will be the longest that I've gone without drinking in years. I think the last time I attempted a 30-day challenge, I made it 24 days, and that was last year. So I'm really going to try to stick with it, and I think that this is something that will be really useful for me to kind of look at my habits. And from the book that I was reading before about alcohol, it said that you really won't be able to tell a difference in the way that your sobriety matters until 90 days has passed. So I don't know, I'm just going to see how it goes. I just know that I'm not going to drink today, and that's all I can really decide. And that is really it for this video, but I wanted to share this with you guys. This is a part of me that I'm not really proud of, and I'm not really, I mean, it's kind of difficult to talk about, honestly, but I think that if it helps one person, then it's worth it. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video for that. So thanks so much for watching, guys.